Hello everyone. It's a rainy day here today. It has been raining before I got up. It's been raining ever since. It's probably going to rain till about dark. Supposedly this is tropical storm Olga, I guess, coming from the Gulf of Mexico, came up here to the Midwest, dumping a lot of rain up here. So probably giving those culvert areas, those washed out areas that I just put concrete in, probably giving them a pretty good workout hopefully today. So I've been trapped inside for about 3 hours now, and I hate being stuck inside. So this is a good opportunity for us to go out and look at those culverts, see how the water's flowing through there, and see if that's all going to work out the way that I want it to. Also, I have not made it out to the livestock barn yet and let the animals out. Now, they're not going to really want to come out in the rain, but I still need to at least, open up their stall doors and open up the chicken coop and at least allow them to be able to move around freely. So I still need to get out to the barn and let the animals out. But before we get out here in the rain, I'd like to go inside and maybe show you a few things we've been working on inside. So now that we don't have the pigs anymore and they went to the processor, we are getting a ton of eggs because we would feed all the extra eggs to the pigs. So if you look inside our fridge, you will see right now that we have 9 dozen eggs in here. So we have got a lot of eggs. They're laying about 10 eggs a day. So we're trying to find ways how to use these eggs, or my wife's really trying to find ways to use them. So these are boiled eggs that she boiled in the Instapot. So she does like boiled eggs. She loves deviled eggs. She likes to make egg salad, cut them up, make egg salad out of them. And then also she's trying out different types of bread that she's been trying to make that take eggs. There's certain types of bread that you can use eggs and milk and stuff on to make the bread. So she's been trying that out to try to use up the eggs. And then if we step in here to the pantry, and if you look up here, right there is homemade noodles. So she's been working on homemade noodles. Right now she has 3 bags of homemade noodles that she has made up. Egg noodles. And that uses up the eggs as well. So she's planning on making more. I think she has some girls at work that are going to buy these off of her. So she's going to be trying to sell some egg noodles. And, we'll keep some for herself. We may give some away to family. But so that's another way she's trying to get rid of all the extra eggs that we have. So let's go ahead and take a look around the pantry. You can see all the onions. These are the onions we still have left over from the garden this year. So we did end up with a decent amount of onions. There's the peppers that we dried. You can see we do have been buying some potatoes because all the potatoes in our first harvest, we ended up freezing pretty much all the potatoes we got in the garden this year. So if we look at the other side of the pantry, you can see all the canned jars of stuff we've got canned in here. So we got a lot of tomato products. You see that there's a lot of tomato products on the shelf canned because we had a ton of tomatoes. So we've got some salsa canned. We've got some picante sauce canned. We have some chili peppers and stuff canned. We have hot pepper jelly canned. We've got some chili peppers up there. And then I think that's pizza sauce around that. There's pizza sauce there. We've got more picante sauce up here and pizza and just regular tomato sauce up there along the top. So a lot of different stuff that we have canned. My uncle, he actually is into bees, and we have some honey from my uncle, and he's given us a couple jars so far. So we do have a little bit of homemade honey. So anyway, that is this pantry. So let's go ahead and head down to the basement. And we'll have a look at the freezers down there. And I'll give you a sneak peek of what we got. So down here in the basement, we now have 2 freezers down here. We used to have that one out in the pole barn, so we've got 2 freezers. And basically, if you look in this freezer here, I've got about 20 packets of these. Now these are the bell peppers that we freeze. So these are colored bell peppers. This is a 3/4 pound bag of red bell peppers, and you can see that we have a whole row of bell peppers frozen. Got a half row there, and we've got a bottom row frozen there. And so that's the bell peppers that we will use throughout the next year. We still have pumpkin puree. That is pumpkin puree from last year. We still have pumpkin puree from that. We got a bunch of corn from my parents. That's sweet corn from my parents that we cut off the cob and froze. So we got a bunch of sweet corn. So down here, there's these are rabbits. So we ended up harvesting quite a few rabbits. When we got out of rabbits, I think we ended up with about 25 rabbits, and we've been we've been eating one about every 2 weeks. So we've still got quite a few rabbits. We got a couple packages of persimmon pulp left from last year. This here is some deer left over from last year, and in here I think we've got there's more rabbits I think in there, and then there's some hamburger patties and stuff. A little bit of pork fat in there I think for mixing with the deer. I use the pork fat to mix with the deer when I make sausage. This is actually part of our pigs. We started getting the meat back from our pigs. So these are 3 boxes of pork burgers from getting our pigs processed. So we do have a bunch of the meat, you know, all the meat but the cured meat from the pigs. So when you look in here, this whole freezer is pretty much full of pork. Now there's another blue tote down here that this bucket's sitting on, and that's full of rabbits. So there's more rabbits down there. But all of this is all pork. This is some of the potatoes that we had harvested earlier this year. We put those with peppers and onions, and that is like a potatoes O'Brien that's frozen. But you can see all the meat that we have harvested this year. I mean, these things are nice. That's 4 pork chops, inch thick pork chops in that package right there. Bone in, yes. So anyway, a lot of food that we have harvested so far this year, and it's looking pretty good. The freezers are getting full. So pretty happy that the freezers are full. Should still have enough room for the cured, because we still don't have the bacon and the ham and that cured stuff from the pig, and hopefully have enough room for deer as well. But definitely the freezers are full. That's kind of the stuff we've been working on, trying to get stocked up here in the pantry and the freezer. We also have some herbs and stuff that we have harvested, and we've dried the herbs. That's the first time we've ever done that. Not like I get a ton of it, but like here's an example. So this is sage that we harvested, and I'm gonna try to use that in sausage and stuff when I try to make it. Also have some thyme. This is thyme that we harvested. Not very much in there, but anyway, fresh herbs, and it's amazing how well those fresh herbs smell. Okay, everybody, let's go ahead and head outside and check on the culverts and let the animals out. We're probably wearing the wrong boots. I should have put on my muck boots. Woo! It's raining. There goes the ducks. The ducks just love the rain. And they love the garden. You gotta keep them out of it. Well, it's not a torrential downpour. It's just a nice, steady rain. But anyway, let's see what the culvert's doing. So you can see that the water's coming out of the culvert, and it's kind of working its way down in through this concrete. You can see that it's, you know, coming through on this side and washing through. On this side over here, you see it coming out over there. I'm kind of hoping eventually all this dirt and debris, the littler stuff that was on top, it'll either work its way down in there and kind of interlock between all that, and the smaller stuff will probably just wash away. You can see it just kind of comes down here, comes out. You end up with this little ditch right here. That ditch is probably a good 12 to 18 inches deep, and that's what gets the tractor tire right there, is when you're driving across, and if you get your tractor tire in that, that's no good. That ditch works its way up here, and then here's our four-wheeler crossing. You can see our four-wheeler crossing is completely covered in water, and then this is where it typically is like a waterfall. See if I can get a different look at it. It goes underneath this rocks here where you can't really see it because I got it pretty thick in this area. And then as it flows down this way, you can see that everything's just deep enough to go over all the big pieces of concrete that we lined it with. Well, it's not really raining hard enough for a lot of water to be coming out of that culvert. So nothing hard enough to try to wash any of the concrete away. So not really a great test for it, but that's probably how to look normally. So anyway, let's go ahead and let the animals out for the day, even though I don't think they're gonna get out here in this mess. I bet you guys are ready to be uncaged. It's not easy to do one-handed. What are you guys doing? All right. It is raining outside. You guys are probably not going to want to get out there, are you? Well, with all that rain outside, I don't think the animals got very much room to mess around in free range. So we've got this little piece of paneling, fence paneling, stock panel here, so that we can keep the animals from going to the back side of the barn. That helps kind of keep that cleaner. But in a situation like today, with it being rainy, it's nice to be able to give them a bigger space to play around in. So what we'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna open this up. And I'm gonna let the animals have free reign out here in the barn. So now the animals have the entire lower level of the barn to be able to roam around in. That's about 3 times the space that they're used to. So these goats here, they hate the rain, and they will not get outside in the rain. In fact, if we wouldn't open this up, these goats would have probably just ended up laying down on that bench all day long and not doing anything. So I'm hoping with the lights on and everything opened up, the animals will get around a little bit more, maybe exercise a little bit more, just have a better day. Now, the rain is ruining my day, I'll be honest with you, because I got a lot of stuff that I need to get done. I've only got 3 days on the weekend, and losing one of those days to rain just is kind of, I don't know, an unpleasant reality of life. But anyway, we've got a lot of stuff that we're trying to do out here. So if you're interested in any of that, fixing up barns, putting in pasture fencing, raising livestock, we're doing all that stuff out here and just trying to build our homestead. So follow along with us as we live the country life. So I hope all you guys have a great day today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.